Section 4. The above are selections from a great number of messages which were written during April and May 1873. By this time the writing had become easy and fluent, and there was, apparently, less difficulty in finding appropriate words. Already several facts and precise records of the life of some spirits had been given. For instance, on May 22, I was writing on quite another subject when the message broke off, and the name of Thomas Augustin Arne was written. It was said that he had been brought into relation with me through his connection with a son of Dr. Speers, a pupil of mine, who displayed great musical ability. I was at this time greatly impressed with the character of the automatic writing and with the information given. I inquired at once if I could ascertain from Arne, through the medium of the spirit doctor, who was writing, any precise facts as to his life. The request was at once complied with, there being no interval between my question and the reply. The date of his birth, 1710, his school, Eton, his instructor in the violin, Festing. His works, or at any rate some 8 or 9 of them, the fact Rule Britannia was contained in the Masque of Alfred, and a number of other minute particulars were given without the least hesitation. Profoundly astonished at receiving such a mass of information, foreign not only to my mind in details, but utterly foreign to my habit of thought, for I know absolutely nothing about music, and have read nothing on the subject, I inquired how it was possible to give information so minute. It was said to be extremely difficult, possible only when an extremely passive and receptive state in the medium was secured. Moreover, spirits were said to have access to sources of information so that they could refresh their imperfect recollection. I asked how. By reading, under certain conditions, and with special end in view, or by inquiry, as man does. Only to spirits it would be more difficult, though possible. Could my friend himself so acquire information? No, he had too long left the earth, but he mentioned the names of 2 spirits accustomed occasionally to write, who could perform this feat. I asked that one of them should be brought. I was sitting waiting for a pupil in a room, not my own, which was used as a study, and the walls of which were covered with bookshelves. The writing ceased, and after an interval of some minutes another kind of writing appeared. I inquired if the newly arrived spirit could demonstrate to me the power alleged. Can you read?
No, friend, I cannot, but Zachary Gray can, and Rector. I am not able to materialize myself, or to command the elements.
Are either of those spirits here?
I will bring one by and by. I will send, Rector is here.
I am told you can read. Is that so? Can you read a book? Spirit handwriting changed.
Yes, friend, with difficulty.
Will you write for me the last line of the first book of the Aeneid?
Wait. Omnibus erantum terris et fluctibus aestas.
This was right. Quite so. But I might have known it. Can you go to the bookcase, take the last book but one on the second shelf, and read me the last paragraph on the 94th page? I have not seen it, and do not even know its name.
I will curtly prove, by a short historical narrative, that popery is a novelty, and has gradually arisen or grown up since the primitive and pure time of Christianity, not only since the apostolic age, but even since the lamentable union of Kirk and the state by Constantine.
The book on examination then proved to be a queer one called Rogers Antipopopriestian, an attempt to liberate and purify Christianity from popery, politicality, and priest rule. The extract given above was accurate, but the word narrative was substituted for account. How came I to pitch on so appropriate a sentence?
I know not, my friend. It was by coincidence. The word was changed by error. I knew it when it was done, but would not change.
How do you read? You wrote more slowly, and by fits and starts.
I wrote what I remembered, and then I went for more. It is a special effort to read, and useful only as a test. Your friend was right last night, we can read, but only when conditions are very good. We will read once again, and write, and then impress you of the book. Pope is the last great writer of that school of poetry, the poetry of the intellect, or rather of the intellect mingled with the fancy. That is truly written. Go and take the 11th book on the same shelf.
I took a book called Poetry, Romance, and Rhetoric.
It will open at the page for you. Take it and read, and recognize our power, and the permission which the great and good God gives us, to show you of our power over matter. To him be glory. Amen.
The book opened at page 145, and there was the quotation perfectly true. I had not seen the book before, certainly had no idea of its contents.